Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Farm Center 22. We're back here at Elm Creek with Grober Games. Um, as you noticed, we probably we went up a few $1,000s. I took kind of a walk around on trails up here, and I found a few toys while I kind of exploring this area. And I never knew that there was a corn maze right here, which is where I found one of them. So we've got a few thousand more dollars into our account, and today we're gonna get out here and get our winter barley sold away. So that way we got feed for the chickens. And one thing I guess I forgot, since it's been a while since I last like came on here, or I just been so busy playing No Man's Land lately, that we got quite a bit of wheat. So we actually could probably sell off our sorghum when it reaches an acceptable pricing for the market, which I haven't checked today yet. 451. Does not look like we're quite there yet for good pricing. Like closer to 525 is probably what I'll be looking for. And one of the other things is our egg market is still trash yet, unfortunately. And I know I was talking about last time about investing into one of our own production facilities. And I'm still thinking about that yet, you know? I'm thinking instead of buying more ground, might be best for us to do something like that, but I'm not sure yet. Because I think turning our wool, I think it turns it into... I'll have to look here now, because I honestly have not looked too deeply into production. Oh, it's going to be in this tab here. We got nothing we can afford or really use. So let's use from the sale market. Let's go to factories. So yeah, we could just put up our own building too. But I rather not. I rather buy the one that's a little bit of a John away. Just cause that way we don't have to use any more of our property than we have to type thing. But for now, let's hop into the 4840 here. Hopefully we have enough seed to get us through this today. I don't think we'll need any seed, but I think the barley goes a little faster than the canola does. And then once we get this done, I think we might wash this tractor up and wash the drill up and get it put away for the season. I don't see us having too much more else going on this season. I haven't really checked the contracts this morning yet. We'll take a peek at those when we get to the other end, so that way I stop creating rabbit trails in the fields, because I've done that the last few times. Granted, I don't think it makes that huge of a difference, but it'd be nice to keep our field neat and tidy. And I haven't checked Actually, we haven't planted anything else yet. I'm starting to get my playthroughs mixed up, because I'm guessing... Because at this point, we have our first field officially planted on the No Man's Land series. Well, at least I don't know if the episode's out yet by this one reaches out, but I do have it recorded and in the process of coming out at least. And I'm starting to get both of those series a little bit mixed up with each other playing them, even though they are both completely different kind of playthroughs we're tackling here. Let's look at contracts quick before I forget again. Because I don't think there was too much out there that kind of intrigued me. There's a lot of cultivating ones yet, which is unfortunate for us. Got a few plowing, got a few sowing ones. Which, honestly, none of them are too interesting to me. So this might be a short month for us. Might think about, after we get this all this planted and such, we might just skip into the next month and speed along this episode, just cause right now we're kind of in a place where I don't really want to do any more contracts for this year, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. I feel like we've knocked out quite a few already this year, especially with having this 4840 and be able to like kind of double team it with Tuttle helping out once in a while, even though I remember last episode him crashing on the bridge just over here. He's kind of starting to disappoint me a little bit. Just a few screw ups he's had, but as long as he can learn from his mistakes, that's what really counts right now, right? But I think we might check into our produce market too. We should check on the prices of produce while I'm thinking about it, because we got a lot of produce sitting over there as well. Might top off the greenhouse too before we call this month and end as well. But that's kind of what I'm feeling right now, just because, like I said, I'm kind of want to get away from the doing any more contracts this year, because I feel like we've done quite a few of them, and I'm still debating whether or not if it'll be worth investing into the spinnery right away, or if we should just hold off and buy another piece of ground. Because I feel like the spinnery would be a good option, but then I would commit to the next bit of buying would be another sheep barn, probably another medium one, to be honest with you. Just because it would fit nicely right next to the one we got right now. I don't see us needing to go full bore and buy the biggest one, and that way if we decide to put up another chicken barn, we can put it right next to the other one and it'll be kind of a match set there. But I think we'll jump in the time lapse here. Like I said, I haven't fully set on anything yet. Like, I'd like to get some of our eggs sold and get our produce sold and see where we're sitting at for money. Because maybe if we make enough money, maybe we'll just invest into a field and then the spinnery right afterwards, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And then I think I would want to invest into field 50 or 52. Because with 52, if we decide to go that route, we could expand that field, or we could just leave the grass there alone and bale it all, and then we could actually put up another sheep farm, and then we would know for sure we would always have enough grass to feed both our sheep barns. So. But yeah, we'll jump in the time lapse here. We'll see where we're at by the time we get this all planted, and we'll decide where to go from there. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. So I decided to skip ahead to the next month. There wasn't anything interesting for contracts or that kind of appealed to me. There still isn't really. Taking a quick look here, I'm thinking field 51. They only want wheat. That might be the only one we do. But I just got done washing the drill and putting away, so I don't know. I'll have to kind of think here. There really wasn't anything good for contracts, and I don't know. I'm just not in the mood for a contract anymore this season. I kind of burnt out on them, unfortunately, which is our biggest income. Holy cow, we got quite a few eggs packing up here. Let's get these out of the way for now. We really need that egg market to turn around for us, because we've just been sitting on these things for a while, and soon we're gonna... I have a feeling when we cash out on these, we're gonna be sitting at a pretty decent income for eggs. Oh, jeez. So how many pallets do we got back there? We got 8, 16. We have 19 full pallets of eggs already. And I think this one, yeah, this one won't take long to fill up. Produce is still going strong. We're getting down there on water, which maybe we'll end the episode with that after we get done taking care of our spraying job. And wool's starting to pile up too, so I'm trying to decide. Like I said, I kind of want to go into the spinnery. At least that'll give us something to channel one of our outputs into. And I think the spinnery would pay off pretty good dividends for us. So let's hop into the 4840 and we'll get the spraying done at least, and I think we might actually, after we get done spraying, we might actually call it a year for us, because the month November won't have much for us. It rarely does, and especially looking at what these last few months have brought us for stuff to do on contracts, there's not a whole lot going on this season, which is kind of strange. I know, wasn't there? That must have got done already. I think there was like field 52 for fertilizing contract, but oh, I forgot. There we go. We got the full boom width on now. Let's start over here. There we go. But I know there was field 52, and I was debating it the day before about grabbing it quick and doing it, but I don't know. It's just feel like we've done enough contracts for this year that maybe we should move forward into next year. But we'll see. I'm still, like I said, I'm still strongly on the fence about picking up that spinnery for, I think it's like 60,000 way over there, like north of us, which isn't a bad price. I think in time it would pay itself off, especially since it seems like our sheep are starting to produce more wool now than before. But I suppose they're starting to get to that age where the right maturity, so to speak, to start giving us more wool. Just trying to think here. Actually, I haven't checked to see. Where's the markets? Well, I need a bad little tractor for 105 horse, but we really don't need another tractor right now. That was only like 8 grand, 9? Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Let's see, where's the markets? Honey's not doing too bad. That's one thing I never thought about investing into, with some bee boxes for the farm, because I think they would be useful. Sorghum, we're at 487 right now. And we're not going to worry about barley or wheat, because that's staying behind for our feed. We're still not doing the greatest on produce yet. I mean, it's up there, but it's not up to where I feel like it'd be a good time to sell. Now where's the eggs? Oh, now we're starting to get up there, so maybe, you know what, this is what we'll do. I think we'll finish out spraying our own fields. We'll wash the equipment up quick. And we'll jump into the next month, and then we'll probably end the episode on that note. Because like I said, I feel a little, I like doing contracts because they're the best money income for us right now, especially since we don't have a whole lot of our own ground yet. Or our own other facilities that can produce stuff for us. But I don't know, I feel like this, compared to the last few years, I feel like we've done quite a bit more this year compared to the last few years for contracts. Granted, it kind of paid off, made sense for us to do more because we invested into a second tractor and we were able to pick up more contracts to help most of our neighbors out. The one thing that kind of interested me was that there weren't too many people needing help with harvest this year, which kind of shocked me. And I wouldn't mind getting the class combine out for the few of the smaller neighbors again and handling some of their harvests for them. Especially, think about it, I feel like we got quite a few hours racked up on that combine already. I think it was like 4.5. This tractor's starting to get a few racked up on it too now. Since we bought it, I think it had like 26. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that high, but I know I've been kind of going out of my way to use it a little more just because I figured if we use this one a little more than the other one, and if we ever when we decide to upgrade equipment, which I'm sure we're probably not going to get much for either of these tractors when we sell them, if we decide to get rid of one. I just figure the class would probably be the better one to go, especially if we have smaller stuff to do around the yard. That this one would be probably the better one to hang on to, especially since, like I said, if we had smaller things around the yard, no reason, and this tractor can handle it, no reason to really keep that class when we could probably get more for it when we sold it versus this one. But I'm not sure. I think we almost got at least 20 plus of our own hours on that little class of ours. Been one heck of a good tractor. It's kind of hard to believe that we got that many hours racked up on that tractor, and that we still haven't really had the greatest opportunity to upgrade equipment yet, per se. Which I guess kind of goes to say with this hard economy place that it's not, but I guess the best way to put it, it's not technically that hard. Well, I guess it depends on how hard you make it. Like, it's kind of easier when you know when you kind of limit yourselves to not taking out any loans. Like, I guess if you're taking more loans and stuff out, it'd be a little bit more difficult. But otherwise, I think we've done a pretty good job so far. I guess my thing is just need to get some of our stuff sold and see where we're at for this year for money wise. Turn off somewhere. There we go. No reason to overspray our field and torch some of the crop off by accident. But I'm trying to get back to my train of thought here before I got distracted again. I think it's just more or less that we haven't really sold anything lately. And I'm getting that itch, like, we really need to sell some of our own commodity stuff to start making some of our own money here. One thing we'll do too is that before I put this away. I didn't realize that underneath the lean-to over here, we actually had another box of herbicide that I could have topped off before doing that contract the one time. And I ended up buying another one, so I figure we'll at least top the sprayer off before putting it away for the winter. That way, don't forget about it again, and that should cover us for next season for getting our crops taken care of for weed control. And we'll get this all washed up nice and clean. I think for the most part we'll be ready for winter here. One other thing we'll do quick here while I'm thinking of it. We'll get this put away at least. We'll get our chickens topped off for the winter as well. I think we'll end up moving, since we'll need probably the loader later on in the winter to move some hay bales for the sheep and get them fed. Drop this off here. Let's hook the 4840 up to the Kilbros. Get a few thousand liters of feed there. Wow, I just kind of got everything tossed across the yard right now because the truck's in the way now too for loading out some feed for the chickens. How much do we have in the bin? So about 6,000 liters should kind of what we want to shoot for filling the one wagon. Yeah, 6,000. This should be enough. Then we'll just pull, after we get the chickens fed, we'll just pull this right through and there we go. We'll do wheat or no, yeah, wheat. That should be enough. We'll get this swung around here, get that dumping while we're putting the rest of our stuff away. But no, I've been fairly happy with how this hard series has been going. Like, this is the first actual time I've ever played this game on hard economy. It's just kind of a slow and steady race type thing. I don't know if I would want to be playing 2 series like this. So I think that'd be a little too much for me personally. Get our truck washed off here quick while we're thinking of it too. Good old power wagon. Then while we're waiting for that to finish feeding up, we'll get the glass moved over. Get this moved over to the shop at least and leave it over there, because like I said, we won't really have much other use for the excuse me, for the John Deere for this season. I didn't check the sorghum price either. What's that looking like? Or maybe I did and I just forgot. 489, so that's not looking too bad either, but it looks like the peak's more in January, so we'll hold off for that for now. Well, let's get these pulled inside. Put this door down here. Getting ourselves ready for winter here, and then like I said, we'll pass another month by quick and see what happens. One thing I should do, we'll be fine on water yet. Seems like it takes quite a while for that greenhouse to go through its water supply once you completely top it off. But we'll just head into the next month since it looks like it's supposed to rain most of the day too, so not like we'll be really out anything. And now we're in the month of November, so let's check those egg prices quick. Oh boy. Goldcrest is good for sorghum. We should get those sold right away today. And eggs are $14.60. So first things first is we're gonna get the eggs all loaded up. And we'll worry about the sorghum afterwards. And you know what? We'll make a little trip with the 4840 to get rid of the sorghum. Trying to think, where are we heading with the eggs? Fast food restaurant. Back of that. Is that okay? That's just across the road here. Got a bird out here. Hopefully it gets back in its cage all right before something else nabs it. But yeah, let's get all these eggs loaded here quick. As you can see, my OCD's kicking in for stacking eggs on the trailer. We're gonna have quite a bit of income off these things. At least I hope so. It seems like we haven't sold eggs for quite a while. I think the last time we sold them was when we first bought the sheep barn. Just because we needed some extra money to get us by for operating costs for the month. Oh. Come on. Am I gonna have to put 2 layers of eggs on here? I think during the winter months is when we'll probably be selling our produce again, because it always seems like during the winter, that's when we can get the most out of the produce from the greenhouse. Oh jeez. I had a weird stutter there for a second. I don't know what happened. Do we have a lot more pallets of eggs than I realized? I thought we only had like... Well, I did say almost 20, I guess. But yeah, like I'm still thinking yet. I'm still trying to debate whether or not it's worth us investing into a spinnery now. Or do we wait for a little bit? Like I said, I feel like I kind of looked at the fabric prices, and I feel like we could get... I feel like we could make quite a bit of money if we got the spinnery. And just start sending sent all our wool over there and start making fabric. Oh, oh shoot! Definitely grabbed the trailer there. Life kind of sucks. Did not mean to do that at all. Which is probably why I should actually be doing this the legit way with the pallet mover, but I feel like in reality people would carry like several flats of eggs and be able to throw them on the trailer like so, but... And also just... The physics with the pallets yet I don't feel like are the greatest in my opinion. Okay, we only got, what, 6, 7 more pallets to throw on here? Give the chickens a little more time to fill this last one up, maybe. If we're lucky. But I think we'll... Come on. Will you cooperate with me? OCD? Fun? Grabbing the trailer again. Can't do that twice. Do that quick here so that way we don't have any more accidents. Hopefully. Get these hauled off right away and then I'll fire up the 4840 and take the sorghum into go to the co-op. Wow, I am struggling right now. take the sorghum into the co-op and rent a train and get that sold, so then we'll be pretty much set for the season for selling most of our stuff, besides the wool. I'll tell you what, I'll stop talking about it for now, and I'll decide over the winter break whether or not we'll invest into it, because like I said, I could go for another piece of ground, but I feel like the spinnery would still be a good investment. Never check to see how much. That's what I should look first. That's. Oh, nope, don't want to flip that. Want to put the tailgate up. Bring around our yard here. We already got probably about 2,500 liters worth of wool there. We have 30,000 liters of eggs. That is, wow. I knew we had a lot, but I didn't think we had that many, to be honest with you. What is the... There's another 4840 for sale. Seems to be a popular tractor for people to want to sell. We're still selling off yet. And we're almost 200,000. Wow. Just out of curiosity. Need to do that? Oh yeah, I gotta go one more up. 140,000, 114. We made almost $35,000 and we still got more to sell here. Okay, I think it's safe to say those chickens have already paid themselves completely off. We are at $107,000. Oh boy, that's a good chunk of money there. Never looked to see. Just out of my own curiosity. Price of wool. Like, I'm sure it's probably... Yeah, it's not even close to what it should be. But we'll end the episode. We'll take the sorghum into Goldcrest and get that sold. And we'll see where we're at for funding. I think, yeah, we'll see where we're at for funding. You know, it'll take us a little bit of time to get there in this 48. But I want to see if it can, how well it can handle a full load. Trying to think. Oh, and there goes the train already. Trying to think if it was faster to go to the one co-op versus the other, but it's about the same distance the way it looks on the map. Yeah, I would say it's about the same distance, so we'll just take a right out here. And this 48... Talk about a classic, kind of like an old school farming look with the old 4840 here with the two kill bros. But no, this would be the field I would probably want to invest into most next, just because with all that grass there, if we decided to go forward with the spinnery option, there'd be enough grass there, I think, to keep both pens of sheep fed if we decided to invest into another one as well. Mi Familia restaurant. Okay. Well, that's... I saw that mod in the mod hub. I was trying to figure out where they got it from, but it makes sense now. I haven't downloaded it yet. I thought about it, though, just to have another cool, like, sell point thing and another way to invest ourselves outward. But trying to think. So if I'm guessing this $500 per liter. So that means we're going to be at like another 10 grand ish when we sell it. Sell all this sorghum. Yeah, I think about another 10 grand ish. You know, one thing that also bugged me too, just because we have some time to think about this, is that ever since I started playing this map, there hasn't, I think there's only been one time that there's been a great demand for something else besides the freaking Stone Crusher. Like, every time the great demand comes up, it's always for stones at the Stone Crusher, and it's kind of irks me greatly, especially when you sit there and think about it. For like 1,000 liters of stones, you only get $60 when it's at its great demand, so to speak. Like, I get you're selling just rocks, but still, it's just one of those things that bug me a little. It's like, really? The only time, but I suppose I shouldn't complain. We got pretty lucky our first year on here. Leave that unload here. You know, I wonder if there's any collectibles around here as well. That's what we'll probably do while we're waiting. Pull that up so I know that I got the train rented. 2.5 kilometers, so it's still quite a ways off yet, so. I kind of wonder, you know, last time I remember making a comment about that I noticed that the wind vane at the, I think it's the farmer's market sell point, was actually one of the collectibles, and I still haven't gone and tried to get it yet. Let's wait here. Wait for this to finish unloading here. I wonder if they have any collectibles really high up around here. So we'll swing this around off to the side for now until we wait for the train. Turn that off. We'll go exploring a little bit. Maybe. I don't get stuck on every other step, it feels like. What are the chances that they would put something up here? Oh! See? I'm a thinker. Just made ourselves 1,000 extra bucks here. I do kind of like it that Giants took time to implement collectibles like that. I think it was really cool, like on the French map. I can't even think of how to pronounce it, but that they put in basically video game cartridges on there as the collectible. And the fact that one of them, hey, there's another one. Anyways, that's what I was saying, that they had one kind of referencing the, oh, what was it? The E.T. one, I believe, like the game that was like so bad that it was buried out in the, like all the unsold copies were buried out in the desert somewhere, I think was how the story went. I can't remember. It's been so long ago since I last heard of that scandal, but what actually happened to that poorly produced game. Can I jump in the train now? I cannot. I have to wait. We'll hop in. That fired up. Let's see how much money we'll make here. Yep, sell it. Sold 12 grand. We're sitting at $121,000. So I'm trying to decide what's going to be the right choice. I think I'll sit here and think on it over winter. Because by that point, I'll sell all our produce as well. And we'll see where we're sitting at money. And maybe we'll invest into that spinnery. Actually, one more piece of ground. I want to check to see how much it is. 177,000. Okay. Well, that one's actually quite a bit more. I was going to say field 40 would have been a good one. Because I thought we were just getting grass around here. But we're actually getting the grass around the off-ramp there as well. So there's not really a whole 91,000 for that piece of ground there for field 51. You know, one thing I've been debating about too is that somebody made a mod that basically, how to put it, has varying field prices, and I don't know how I would feel about that. But maybe we'll look into that later. But I think this is where we're going to end it here today. I think I've taken up enough of everyone's time with my rambling and such. If you enjoyed the video today, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest and greatest videos I'll be producing. But we'll be seeing you guys in the month of either March or April, depending on what's going on. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Most of all, thanks for watching.